On to SARS, Finance Minister Tito Mboweni is expected to make some announcements on possible tax hikes when he tables the 2020 and 2021 budget this afternoon. Tax experts say that the revenue projections on the proposed wealth tax have been overstated and that South Africa already has a high tax base. They've called on the government to rather manage its spending well instead of increasing taxes.
Government indicated that it wants to raise 40 billion rand in taxes over the next 4 years. And at the same time, revenue collection was revised downward from 1.4 trillion rand to 1.1 trillion rand. But experts say that government is not likely to meet its revenue targets for the year 2020 and 2021 due to, among others, the high unemployment rate.
The reason being is that businesses weren't operating, and we've also seen a considerable loss in employment. So you're losing not only a lot of pay as you earn, you're losing a lot of consumption. So a lot of those people will stop spending because they do not have jobs. And a lot of businesses have stopped spending purely because they need to keep reserves. So you'll see a lot more less VAT, you'll see a lot more less customs, so everything will be down, and that's probably why.
But it's not all doom and gloom. Tax collection for November and December improved following a downward spiral for several months. Experts say that this is too little too late and that it's not likely to have a significant impact on the overall tax collection. Corporate taxes have been declining considerably, and it's believed that government should consider providing more incentives and reduce corporate tax rate to encourage companies to invest and expand.
It is important that we look at how do we revive the corporate tax so that we increase the tax revenues coming out of corporate tax, income tax. But it is not through the increase of a rate. Our view is that by reducing the rate, you will be making the industry competitive. It will go a long way in attracting new investments, and we'll see new companies coming into South Africa, and they will see also expansions of existing companies.
Analysts say that substantial tax increases are not likely to be effective, considering that South Africa has a relatively high tax base. Personal income tax accounts for over 1/3 of our total tax revenue, and when people lose their jobs, it leads to less tax collections. Fuel levy as well as sin taxes are expected to go up once again, and there could be an introduction of other taxes such as wealth tax.
I think for the last 4 or 5 years we've been saying that one line, that the minister has got a difficult task in his hands, and it's not different this time. But this time I think it's seriously going to be tough, because you have to try and be creative, try and be innovative, come up with ideas on how do you resuscitate the economy that has been impacted by a number of challenges. I mean, you know that COVID found us already struggling, so now we're even in a worse off position. So we expect him to be innovative, not to just simply look at increasing taxes. I mean, we've heard them talking about your wealth taxes and taxes to fund COVID. I don't think that this is the right time to do that.
I think this year we're going to see a diminished return on any of those sin taxes. One, people are traveling a lot less currently, so a lot less fuel is being used. So you're going to see a lot less income coming from things like fuel levies. The alcohol, and I think that the alcohol and tobacco industries have indicated that they are going to see permanent damage to this market. I think their belief and their theories are that the illegal market has now so well set itself that even when we return back to normal trade with alcohol and tobacco, that these entrenched illegal will permanently damage the legal side of those industries, and that therefore the sin taxes on those are still going to take a while before they in fact recover in the medium term.
Analysts insist that SARS should be beefed up to ensure it has sufficient resources to enforce compliance, and that there's not been enough reporting on the clamping down of the illicit economy, which cost the country billions of rands. Naledi Matlapeng, SABC News, Johannesburg.